Hi, good evening. Welcome to our session today. And today I am going to be telling you, women, what to do when you get to a point in the relationship when you start to feel that it's your fault. Because what happens is that um, there comes a point in time in your relationship, if it is going through a very bad phase, that you start to feel that the fault is yours. Okay? I'll tell you when that situation comes, then how do you handle that situation? Okay? Because, when you start to feel that fault is mine, it can be, it pulls you down. All right. So I am going to be telling you when you get pulled down in your relationship, how to get back. Okay? And getting pulled down, I am considering a situation where you start to feel that you are at fault for whatever wrong is going in the relationship. Okay, now before you get pulled down and you start to blame yourself, a relationship passes through three stages. Number one stage is that, you know, life is going on, everything seems to be okay, and you are in a habit where you tend to, give suggestions to your husband, you tend to give him certain kinds of advice, you share your opinion, and you keep doing it over and over time, you keep doing it across different situations. This is to be done, that is not to be done. If I was in your place, I would have done this. Hey, why did you not do this? Why did you not think of this idea? Okay, go and tell that person this is not to be done, etc., etc. And you consider it very normal part of the relationship, you consider it to be very part of your day-to-day life. You think it's a normal conversation where you're just telling your husband, okay, stop doing this, or etc., some kind of a suggestion or advice. Now, you may be doing it with very, very right intention, right? But then it goes on for a certain time, and then the second phase comes in. Second phase is when you realize that he is not doing any of those things, and you start to doubt, why is he not doing this? Why is he not listening to me? I told him so many number of times that he needs to give me also time, but he's not listening. I'm wondering, why is he spending so much of time with his friends? Why is he coming home so late when he knows, and I have told him so many number of times that kids are waiting for him at home. So in spite of all that I'm saying, why is this not happening? So first stage is like, it's like, you're just telling him, advising him, believing that that's a normal part. Second stage is where it is slightly moving towards the phase of doubt, wondering, why is he not doing that? Is he really that kind of a person? And then comes the third stage, and it is the third stage, it is this stage which pulls you down. And in the third stage, what happens is, now in the third stage you start to uh, you start the all the attention, all the focus goes inside of you, wherein you are thinking that there must be something wrong. I'm sorry, I'm in a hotel, so there is a bit of a background noise. Um, in the third stage, you start to feel that there is something wrong with you, because you have been advising, you've been guiding, you've been giving all those suggestions, but things are not happening. And then it is not that while in the first two stages there is silence, there is a kind of a friction, there is a kind of an argument happening, and then you start to feel that something is wrong with me. You also start to feel in that sense that uh, is he really interested in this relationship? Was he really interested in getting married to me? That's what you start to think at that time. And this self doubt comes in. So, while phase one and phase two are the phases where all your attention is on the outside, but in the phase three, it goes in the inside, thinking that what is in me that is not creating the change, the impact that I want to have, what is in me that is not making him to do those things that I want him to do. And because of the arguments that have taken place, you start to feel that somewhere some things have gone wrong from your end, which is why he's not doing it. And then, doubting yourself. And when you doubt yourself, you reach to an extent where you might have been a great achiever in your life. You might have been, you might be very, very professionally successful. Before you got married, I mean, you were a very, very strong, empowered woman and, living life to the fullest. But when you reach this stage, then all your achievements have gone out of the window. It goes to such an extent that your self-confidence shatters. You lose yourself. You stop believing yourself. And then from that stage, thinking how you were, and I want to come back to that stage of being the empowered woman, how much of success I had, how happy I was, how much I achieved, all that now seems to be next to impossible task, because now you are going and drowning yourself into totally a disaster zone where you've lost yourself, lost confidence, lost sense of self-worth. And from there on, things begin to disintegrate even more. Now, if you are at that stage, or even if you are at stage 2 or stage 1, before it pulls you down to the level of a point where you find it very difficult to get back, what I want you to do is these 3 things. And even if you have gone into that death zone, death valley, I want you to do these 3 things. Number 1, stop demeaning yourself, because when you have lost that confidence, you start to demean yourself, you start to disrespect yourself, you start to hate yourself. And how do you know that is happening? That is because there is a lot of frustration you are experiencing a lot of anger, and that is where you are demeaning yourself. You start to question, why me? So first step is you got to stop demeaning yourself, stop disrespecting yourself. That's 1. Number 2, understand that just as you have some patterns, we all have, right? So just as you have some patterns, even your husband has some patterns. There are certain ways in which he behaves. If he is angry, there is a certain pattern he behaves, or there is a certain pattern which leads to his anger. Similarly, if he is very upset, there is a certain pattern in which he is going to express that, or there are patterns which make him upset. Okay, so understand that you have patterns, even he has patterns. So it is not necessary that whatever so-called wrong has gone into the relationship, it is you who is to be blamed. It is also a possibility that it is his pattern. And if it is his pattern, so be it. It's a journey. Everybody gets to know their patterns. Everybody gets to work on their patterns. So that's a journey which could be different for you. That could be different for him. So accept and let it be. Okay. Third and very important part is that you got to start to work on the confidence that you have lost. You've got to start to work on the self-worth that you have lost. You've got to start working on all of these, okay? And you've got to start to understand what could be your patterns, because the way you are responding to the situation could be a part of your patterns also. So the third and the most important part is that you've got to identify your negative patterns, identify your fears and doubts, and start working on them, so that when the situation is there, you don't get pulled down by that situation. When you're doing these 3 steps, you are definitely going to stop yourself from drowning in, and these steps will also help you to get out of that situation and get back yourself in the relationship. So remember, it's not about you all the time. It could be about his patterns as well. So need not demean yourself. On the contrary, let that be. You work on your patterns, you work on your sense of self-worth that has got lost, you work on confidence that you have lost. You need to get back that girl, that little chirpy, happy, confident girl that you were. That is going to help you to bounce back instead of just getting drowned. And if you are at a stage where you have drowned yourself so deep that you are not able to come out of it, then we are going to be lending you that helping hand. All you will need to do is to just book the call. That's the link to which is given in the appointment, link to which is given in the video here, below the video here, and I will be getting back to you. All right. So this is what I wanted to let you know today, and I am going to be seeing you tomorrow. Since I am traveling, so timings are a bit here and there. Please pardon me for that. Tomorrow also I am going to be seeing you at 8 p.m. So tomorrow our session is going to be at 8 p.m. However, there is a special announcement, and this is especially for those who are subscribers to the YouTube channel. I am going to be doing a special session for my YouTube subscribers at 7:15 p.m. live, where I am going to be answering their questions. Special announcement for YouTubers, for subscribers on YouTube. I am going to be doing a special live tomorrow, 7:15 p.m. for all those people who are with me on YouTube. So for people on YouTube, a special session, live session on question and answers at 7:15, and for all of you, our talk at 8 p.m. All right, and I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow once again. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye.